Before you watch the video or skip to the next part, make sure that you stop. Why? Because I might save your money and time. We have Preen Prime subscription, which is like Netflix but for placement preparation, upskilling, coding, and certifications. It has more than 200 plus courses like AI, ML, data science, AWS, cloud, full stack web development, CC++, Java, Python, DSA, component coding, Aptitude. Even has micro courses for companies like TCS, Infosys, Deloitte, ZS, Amazon, Cisco, Qualcomm, etc. So all problem solved just with one single subscription. And not just courses, just like a single subscription. We also have a preference star placement cell that has more than 400 plus hiring partners, and we actually do refer you in all of these companies once you complete our track of these weeks.
Hey guys, as we know, recession has taken a hit in the market in the US, in the UK, and subsequently the impact has also been seen in the Indian markets, and that will have a long run impact in the market. So in this particular video, we'll understand what has changed in the market, how you being from a 24, 25, 26 engineering batch still make sure that you get your dream job, and what are the things that you should be taking care of. So there's a quick video to help you out understanding everything related to the same. So, as we know, right, the global recession is severe. It has taken a huge hit on the Indian IT sector as well. To understand that, so let us go through a few important or latest news from our IT tech giants. For example, TCS, right? So TCS, even though they'll be hiring, so their hirings are delayed, right? And the delay has the core reason behind this delay is the recession. HCL Tech, you would have heard news from HCL Tech, you would have heard news from Infosys, right? IT job cuts and hiring hold up need solutions, warning demand for IT services hit hiring at Indian tech majors. So what we'll do is we'll go through the actual news here. So this is the first news, right? TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, hiring crashes across Indian IT companies in Q2 FY24. So FY24 is what is going on currently, and quarter two is basically October, November, December. So a lot of companies were expecting that October was the time when companies will start resume their hiring, but that has not been seen yet, right? On top of this, the major news that you can see from here is Infosys just announced a couple of days back that Infosys will not be hiring students from college this year, which means they'll not be conducting an on-campus, off-campus hiring for the freshers, which is 2024 batch this year, which is a huge impact. For example, you've also seen Wipro haven't hired any student from the last year, and even this year we are not expecting them to hire. Talking about TCS, they will be hiring. The hiring is delayed, but yes, even if they hire, the hiring numbers would be less. So we'll talk about that. If the hiring numbers are less, what are the things that you should be taking care of? Talking about the next news, which is a warning demand for IT services hits hiring at Indian tech majors, right? IT job cuts and hiring hold up need solutions. So these are the latest news on top of the layoffs news that we saw, the COVID news pre that, right? So the market was just recovering from COVID, right? So that was the scenario, and then you have heard a lot of news regarding layoffs, and now it was a time wherein we were expecting 24 batch or 23 batch or 26, 25 batch to get some hiring news, but that has been delayed, as you can see in the news. Yeah, right. So now let us now talk about, okay, so this is the layoff scenario, right? For those who are new to this placement thing, or for example 25 batch or 26 batch students watching this video, you can see, right, that these are a few numbers, right, of the major companies who laid off, and the number is huge, right? Even Byju's, or the number has increased. This could be a little old data when you see the latest one as well, and there are only a few companies listed, but you can see this has impacted more or less each and every company in the market, right? Now, talking about what has made or why is this recession, to understand, so you should always know, right, the reason behind the problem that we are currently facing. So when we talk about the recession, guys, see, first of all, you need to understand that the country was, or the countries, most of the countries like UK or US or India were still recovering from COVID-19. So I'll say the last year was a pre-COVID recovery phase. And to recover from that, they already did a few layoffs, etc., etc., etc. On top of that, during that period, we saw the Russia-Ukraine war, which has taken actually a huge impact. And the impact was such huge that UK and US market crashed. Why did they crash? The crash was, so right, oil is a very important parameter to calculate inflation, recession, and everything. And due to the Russia-Ukraine war, UK, US subsequently saw oil price hike and eventually the energy crisis. And on top of all that, what happened was inflation in the market, and due to high inflation, you are saying recession in the jobs, right? So that is what the entire scenario is. Now, if this has something to do with the UK and US market, why is the fresher hiring impacted in India? So that's the question, right, that you might have. So to understand that, see, guys, what happens actually is, we know, right, most of the Indian jobs that we get are based upon UK, US based organizations, right? So they have one of their offices in India wherein they hire freshers here and they get the job done from India, right? Considering the labor is cheap and quality. So most of the tech giants from UK, US have one or the other offices in India. But why are they not hiring now, if that's the scenario? So what actually happens is, guys, see, due to recession, so you are here, right? So you are looking for a job here, an entry level job. Who are there on top of you? There are individual contributors, or I'll say those are the senior software engineers, etc., team leaders. Then you have managers, directors, VPs, and CEO, CXO people. So this is not an impact for you. The impact is this T1, T2 people, which is, I'll say, the managers and the directors, right? So they lie in the T1, T2 bracket. Wherein what happens is, guys, people, so fresher, right? People on top of, so let's talk about the director manager. If there was no recession in UK, US, there would be different scenario. Like, see, if there was no recession, they would have called these people, these director managers, to US. Subsequently, if the directors and managers are called to US, these individual contributors or the T2 level, right? The T2 level people would have got promoted to the manager and the director positions, right? You understand my point, right? So these people would have moved out to UK, US on site. Subsequently, so these people would have moved up, and this entry level people who are already there on the table, right? So there are a lot of entry level freshers who are on bench and who are not getting a project in the company, even if they were hired last year. So 23 batch, right? A lot of 23 batch students who were hired, they're still yet to get a call from the company, right? Or even if they've got a call, they're not on a project, they're sitting on benches. So they would have moved up. And now when they have moved up, they would have free benches, right? So they would have scope of hiring new people so that they can align them on projects later. But that is not happening because the people who are on bench are still on bench. So that is why fresher hiring has been impacted. Now, why are these directors and managers not moving to US? Because due to recession, what UK, US have decided, or what they have actually done is, they are actually not calling people or resources from outside. What they are doing is they're trying to utilize the maximum resources that can utilize in-house itself. So people who are already there in UK, US, right, or already there in the office, they are utilizing them to the max level, and they are not actually calling people from India on board or onshore or offshore, however you say it, right? So that is what happened. So no people, no T1, T2 people moving to US. So no entry level, or no I'll say the associate people, 23 batch people moving up, and which is where there is no scope for 24 people batch to be hired. And that is what has impacted freshers hiring all together. And on top of that, guys, there's generative AI, right? So generative AI also have an impact wherein, there's a necessity, there's a need and supply gap in the market, because there are a lot of job cuts, there are a lot of role switches happening, or there are a lot of upskilling happening, and which is now a must for freshers like you, 24, 25, 26 batch, so that even if the scenario is like that, you do not go without a job, or you do not pass out without a job from your college. And now is when we'll actually understand what are the things that you should be taking care of to make sure that you make yourself recession proof, and despite of this recession, you still end up getting a job, because that's your main goal, right? And a couple of years down the line, you cannot give reason like there was a recession and which is why I didn't get a job. You still want a job, right? And you can still get a job. You don't have to lose hope. As I said, TCS will still be hiring. Even if TCS will be hiring, I will come to that in a bit, right? So, okay. So as per our current understanding, we know that they will not hire this quarter, because after the layoffs that happened in all these companies, they're only were able to generate more profit. will be focusing on training their current freshers and skills like generative AI and data science, which we already covered, right? So whatever existing people they have, they're currently training them so that they can actually move those people to projects. So people who are 23 batch pass outs, right? 24 pass out students who did not yet get placed need to understand that there are options in the market, and there will be next year as well, but the competition will be high. So now talking about this particular point, guys. So when we talk about this, let me talk about TCS. Yes, TCS will still be hiring, right? Number of people applying for TCS would be somewhere around 4.5 to 5 lakh, right? And number of people whom they'll onboard this year. So this is the number of participation. These are the number of people. 4.5 lakh people will be applying for TCS NQT, which will be announced in a month or so, which is what we are expecting. And they'll only hire 40,000, which their CHROs announced over media. So when you see this, you only see, right, that only 10% of the candidates, this is for 24 batch, only 10% would be hired. So when you say 10%, you need to be in the top 10% to get a job in TCS, right? So the competition has increased. Whereas last year, around 4 lakh people applied and TCS hired approximately 80,000 people. So the hiring number, obviously, the number of companies hiring have again reduced down to more than half and less than half. And then companies who are still hiring, they're also hiring half the number. So you see, right, that's the kind of impact. So even if they're hiring, the competition is very high. And if you are actually ready for that particular competition, you can still get your job. Talking about the last point for 25 batch. So guys, there will be more competition. When you are in 25 batch next year, you'll also see that the 24 batch are still there to take jobs, right? But they'll be more ready than 25 batch. And so there are chances that for the same seat, there will be 2x competition next year as well, right? And of course, you have to gear up right now. Even if you are a 25 batch, you are in third year, or even if you are in a second year or first year, you need to make sure that this will have a long run impact, and you should start preparing right now. Right now, talking about the roadmap. So what we said was you now have to be in the top percentages or the top 5 skilled engineers in the markets to get a job, right? So to get that particular thing, guys, there are a few things that you need to focus upon, right? Few things like you have to be the top notch guy. So the first round, right? So in hirings, the first thing that the companies conduct is the aptitude round. When I say aptitude, there is quants, there is logical reasoning, and there is verbal. On top of this, there is also data interpretation, there is visual reasoning, and there is elementary statistics, right? Which is asked in TCS a lot. These are a few more important things that needs to be taken care of. On top of this, guys, your languages, right? Even if you know one, make sure you try to grab another language. Create multi-level profiles wherein you know Java, Python, C, C++, at least should know 2-3 languages. Why this is because, guys, knowing Python, you can build your skill or build your profile towards AI, ML, data sciences profiles. And when you know Java, you will learn CSS, JavaScript, and then you can actually create another profile of a full stack web developer. On top of this, you can actually grab skills like AWS or cybersecurity or cloud computing or ethical hacking, right? Projects. So guys, projects are really important along with your skills. So as I said, you need to grab skills. Just aptitude and just coding and your languages is not something that is going to help you, right? When I also say coding, guys, coding, you need to be very good with that. You need to be good with the scenario based coding wherein there are test cases, and you need to definitely make sure that you need to pass all the test cases to clear the rounds, right? And then on top of that, also focus upon data structures. Data structures is very important. So aptitude, languages, coding, data structures. So these are a few things, guys, which you need to be on the top on this. And then again, everyone who's currently preparing for placements will do this. What additional things you can do is focus upon skills, certifications, and projects. So these are additional things which will actually help you beat the competition. These are things that actually will help you to beat the rest of your fellow competitors. And then when you are in an interview, let's say you are there, your friend is also there, you have more number of skills than your friend, definitely the company will hire you because they have to anyways hire less numbers. So they'll see that, okay, even if you know quants, logical, verbal, aptitude or coding or data structures, your friend also knows this, but just because you know few more extra skills and you have few more better projects than your friend, they'll definitely hire you. So be that guy, right? And do relevant internships. Again, add a few internships in your profile. Even if you're in 24 batch or 25, 26, make sure you do all those things and on top notch level, right? Because this is now not the phase wherein just doing things partially would have got you a job. This is a time wherein the competition is really, really, really high. So you have to be the best candidate for that particular company to hire you, right? So when we talk about this, guys, there are a lot of comprehensive platforms which you can refer to while you're preparing for these jobs. I will not suggest, or I'll not, force you. So I can suggest you, but I'll not force you to go get Prepensa Prime or something. But yes, it's your call. But make sure you get a platform, you get you get access to all these certificates, these aptitude practicing platforms, get projects done, get coding done, right? Practice all of this, get a platform, right? This is not a time wherein just your basic training or just, help, just your regular curriculum will not help you get a job. You need to have a platform access which will help you prepare everything, right? And that is where you can beat the competition and make yourself job ready, right? So I hope, guys, you're clear with this, right? So this video is not to demotivate you. This was more to make sure that you know all those stuff already, and then knowing all this stuff already, you start your preparation right away and make sure you beat the competition. You be prepared before the companies announce hiring. Even if a lot of companies are not hiring, there'll still be companies who will be hiring. That's the case. And then if they're hiring in less numbers, you have to be the most premium candidate for them. Now, quickly talking about even Prepensa Prime, because guys, on Prepensa Prime, what you can do is with one single Prepensa Prime access, you get access to 200 plus courses. When I say 200 plus courses, you get access to all the popular skills, right? Full stack courses, popular skills, so like AI/ML, data science, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, cloud computing, and there are infinite number of skills. Full stack web development courses. When we talk about languages, you have C, C++, Java, Python. You have basic, intermediate, and competitive coding. So again, talking about non-CSIT guys, right? So we have design coding in a sense. Even if you're from a mechanical or a civil background, you can actually start your coding preparation from here. So companies will not just give you an upper hand saying you're from mechanical and civil, so even if you don't know coding, let us hire you. That's not the case anymore. So even if you're from mechanical, civil, or non-CSIT backgrounds, you still need to know coding. And for that, on Prepensa Prime, you find different coding courses like basic, intermediate, and competitive. So make sure that at whatever level you are, you can still start learning coding and go till the max level wherein you can grab a job of 30, 40, 50 LPA as well. We have data structures, we have aptitude, quant, logical, verbal, data interpretation, visual reasoning, things like game-based aptitude for Capgemini, IBM, and a lot more other stuff. We create a lot of tracks for you so that you can fast track your learning when it tracks a service-based company, product, FANG, Big Four, or data science, data analytics company. So this will help you how to use Prepensa Prime more effectively, or which courses to learn first, which courses to learn next. We help you with company-specific preparation, so you can find all the previously asked questions here and practice for them so that you are completely ready before any company is conducting their written round or assessment. Talking about interview prep, we also help you with interview prep, platform specific preparation, as we said, projects. So we have a lot of projects for you. So based upon all the skills and all the courses that you have been learning, we have a lot of skills for you guys, or a lot of projects for you guys. So you can actually get all these projects done, tweak them a little bit, mention them in your resume, and make sure you are able to impress your interviewer, right? On top of all of this, but guys, what you also get is certifications, which is, again, as I said, is one of the most important things. So you get certificates on all the courses that you complete on Prepensa Prime. On top of this, you also get things like your computer science subject brush ups, or resume preparation, or support for guesstimates and case study, which is very specific to data analytics company like Deloitte or Mu Sigma or ZS Associate, group discussion, or HR interview. We also help you with mentorship, with placement support, placement guidance, right? We help you with mentorship, doubt solving, and a lot more other things. We also conduct a lot of live sessions for you, which is complimentary. So all you need to do is go check out the link in the description. You'll find the link to Prepensa Prime. You'll also find a special coupon code from my end so that you can go and get it at the most discounted prices ever. On top of that, you'll also find a lot of social media handles. It's a must to join all of them, because we'll be posting a lot such news if companies are hiring or not hiring. We keep on posting all such relevant information for you guys on our social media handles. So make sure you're a part of that. And yes, last but not the least, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel so that whenever we're coming live with such videos, you get to know about them, and also click onto the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever such videos are live. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the videos. I hope this video will make sure that you are a little more motivated now and you'll start your preparation today. Thank you so much, guys. And if you like the video, make sure you comment down in the comment section. For a few subscribers or for a few comments, if we like, we'll make sure that we give you free access to Prep and Prime. So keep commenting, keep subscribing. Thank you so much.